Hello guys and welcome once again to Reading in Seastone. Today I wanted to bring something different for you since we got no chapter this week. I mentioned it in my discussion of chapter 977, which by the way you can also go and watch that one if you haven't already, but after some time had passed I realized people were talking about a lot of different characters being Kaido's son, and almost nobody mentioned Momonosuke as a possibility. Yep, I know what you're thinking, this dude is dumb, Momo can't be Kaido's son, and you're definitely right. Momo is confirmed to be Kozuki Oden's biological son. Now I'm going to tell you my thought on this situation so you can actually start to understand where I'm going. I believe Kaido is referring to Momonosuke as his son not because he's his biological son, but because he forced Momo to be his adopted son. And I want to expand a little bit on this matter because in my opinion it fits perfectly on the Wano arc. Now I'm not saying this is going to happen 100%, but I could definitely see Oda pulling this up as it also fits in his writing style. I think the best way to start this is by bringing some context to the situation. It all started with the Kozuki Oden flashback where we saw Oden and Kaido fighting all out for the sake of Wano. Then Oden was able to cut Kaido with both of his swords, causing Kaido's only known scar. And seconds later, the previous user of the Mane Mane no Mi, which is the fruit that Bon Clay has currently, took Momonosuke's appearance to distract Oden so Kaido could land his final blow. Given that both were so close in strength, I'm sure Oden earned some respect from Kaido during that fight. Momonosuke being in danger distracted Oden from the fight since his beloved son was one of the most important things in his life for him. And for Kaido to realize that such strong man ended up giving his life away the way he did in the execution, that clearly impressed Kaido. We can see how Kaido clearly felt bad for the way that all played out and executed the old hag even though she was very important for Orochi. After that, Oden finally died in such an impressive way that it shaped Kaido's character up until now. He not only wants to die, but he wants to die in an impressive way, just like his respected enemy Oden did. And let me make this clear, Kaido has been preparing for this present war that's gonna shape the whole world because Oden wrote that idea on him. And I also think the reason why Kaido's psychology is built like that is because he despises himself for killing Oden the way he did. And the final shot with the pistol in the boiling oil, in my opinion, was nothing but an act of respect towards Oden. To me, clearly, this whole situation with Oden is what explains the way Kaido is right now. Because he is self-destructive, he's emotionally unstable, he constantly drinks, and I believe he hasn't forgiven himself for that situation yet. Then chapter 973 Kozuki family comes in and gives us a whole lot of context as we see Kaido and Momonosuke's interaction in the Burning Castle. He had in his hands the reason why Oden ended up losing his fight, and also his respected rival Kozuki Oden's son. He expected a lot from that child, but of course he was still a young kid that hasn't decided yet his own destiny. Kaido was heavily disappointed, but he could not kill him himself, and so he threw him back to the ground, expecting him to perish in the castle fire, and left underwhelmed and pissed. Now, 20 years have passed and Kanjuro brings to Kaido the child who somehow survived that fire, and also found himself thrown 20 years into the future. Personally, I do not think Kaido will just put him in a cell or kill him, especially after 20 years of thinking every single day about what happened back then. And let me quote Oden in this one. Oden told Kaido, "For me, I am just a store to accompany your drinks." Now we've seen Kaido get emotional during his drinking sessions, I don't know, but that just kinda looks like the reason why he gets emotional. Anyway guys, I believe Kaido now wants to take care of Momonosuke since he was the one killing his father and see if he lives up to the expectations. Maybe he tries to break him like he usually does, maybe he just asks him questions about his father, but he definitely wants to see if his long gone respected enemy's son finally decided himself what he wants to fight for and his destiny. Not because his father told him, but because he truly believes his words and he has grown as a person. There's more reasons besides pure psychology that add to this possibility. For example, a new character being introduced out of nowhere in the middle of the Wano arc, it just seems a little weird, and also nobody ever mentioning anything about Kaido having a son in 976 chapters. Man, there is something strange going on. On the other hand though, if it was Momonosuke, that would explain the fact that he's not in the banquet. Obviously Momonosuke wouldn't want to be there celebrating with both Kaido and Orochi. And don't forget the fact that Momonosuke still has to survive until the Alliance fights back. Also, the timing is perfect with Kanjuro kidnapping him and bringing him to Onigashima, and I wanted to mention the fact that Kaido's crew has some sort of Viking theme going on, and we've seen so many times in so many shows that Vikings were one of the people who would adopt their enemy son in some cases. And if those reasons were not good enough for you to see Kaido adopting Momonosuke as a possibility, then just imagine when those two meet, Momo is scared and transforms into a little eastern dragon in front of Kaido's eyes. We know how Kaido craves rare Zoan Devil Fruit users, and seeing that after 20 years have passed of Oden being killed by a dragon would definitely be priceless. Anyways guys, I think this is a very interesting possibility. It would add a lot of character depth to both Kaido and Momonosuke, and it would be way more interesting plot-wise than his son just being one of the calamities. So let me know what you guys think of this possibility. I would really love to see your thoughts on the comment section down below, and feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed anything I said. And yeah, that'll be it for today guys. See ya!